never backing out. You have to go. Don't bullshit yourself, and that comes with practice and time. Absolutely terrified. What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of Parkour Journeys. Thanks for tuning in. Today we've got a pretty cool episode for you. Essentially the other day I went out on my own solo and managed to do one of the scariest, biggest concretes that I've ever wanted to do in like the whole town for as long as I've been here. And I checked it off and I'm really happy, and I was on my own, so I really got a chance to explain what was going through my head and exactly how I went through and conquered the fears that I had. So I think it's pretty articulate, and I think it could really help a lot of people. So yeah, I'm gonna show you that now. Yes, yes, yes. Oh man, I've been here for about, I don't know, 10 minutes just looking at that, and I can't believe I just did that. Fucking look at this. There's a terrible angle, but I just wanted to set it up and go. I've been at the parkour park just warming up, and here to here, just clearing that. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I just finally did it, and it's I feel incredible. I'm on my own, and this is something that we've been looking at for years. Came here on my own today, inspired by Mike, because recently we did the rail concrete like I've been talking about in the last few videos. Me and Kieran did it together, and then Mike just went out on his own and did it because he heard that we'd done it. Well, he didn't do it because of that, but he did it like on his own. And I was like, wow, maybe I could go and conquer my fears on my own. And yeah, I'm so pleased, I'm gonna calm myself down, get a better angle and try and get it to pre now, but just getting over the rail is all I needed. That's gotta be the best challenge I've ever done on my own. And oh, I feel so good. I feel so good. Man, two, oh. You can probably see I'm like inches off the lip, and I think I'm gonna work my way up and get it to that pre if I can, but it's hella scary, and I'm on my own, and just pushing it that little bit further is gonna be the next mental battle, because I went back up there, I'd calmed down a little bit. Adrenaline's just spiked again from doing it, but I went back down, I calmed myself back down and did it that time. Just getting it more and more under control, and pretty soon hopefully I'll be able to push a little more power over the rail and hit the pre. That's three now. I'm slowly but surely tearing up my shoes. So I don't know how much longer it's going to take before I can put that much extra power in, because actually hitting it at this kind of height, I don't think I'll be able to hit a crane, so there's no middle ground here. It'd be nice to just smash through and go to pre. But there's a few things stopping me that I'll show you in a minute, but I'm still pumped on doing it, so I'm going to keep going. Yes! Yes! Did you fucking see that? Fucking mate, to free. I'm happier than any kid on Christmas. Oh. So happy. Right, let's talk you through this. Actually, I'm gonna do one more to pre, and then we'll talk you through. I wish I had someone here to film, because you can't get a good angle around it. It doesn't look anything like as hard as it is. Maybe it's not hard, maybe that's all in my head and I was just making that up. Yes. Alright, now let's have a little look at this bad boy. That's two pre's into the little run, 180 back up, no hesitation. Fucking A. Oh, I'm elated, I'm absolutely elated, I can't tell you. I never ever thought that I'd be doing something not only this big, but it's actually a huge deal to me that I've come out and done it on my own as well. Because when you come out and do something on your own, it's like there's no one there if something happens, no one there to like look after you if you hurt yourself, and you haven't got any bros helping you mentally, or no one's doing it with you. There's no like preps with everyone else. It's all just, you're here, you're on your own, and you get to decide whether or not you're just going to push through that fear or not. Because I was absolutely terrified, I can't tell you. And oh man, it's been I just had a moment where I got to make a decision. I stood right here, and I was like, okay, right now, I know I've sussed it out. I've got the capabilities. I've done a few preps. I've kind of like jumped on here, cat leaped across, double checked as much as I could. So I got rid of as many excuses as I could before I went, but that didn't take away just the standard terror of something so scary, to my ability at least. And yeah, so I stood here and I looked here, a million excuses ran through my mind, and then I had a moment of quiet, and then I made the decision. I was like, I'm going, and that's it, no matter what, and I'm going. And I ran, hands hit the bar, and I flew over. And the second I'd conged the bar, I knew I was going to be safe. I was flying through the air, I knew how to deal with the situation. It's not ideal at all hitting a cat leap from here, because as you can see, it's way more a sort of precision level. So I was coming down into a big drop cat leap, and I just felt in complete control, absolute complete control. And it was incredible experience, incredible feeling. I think for sure it's been helping that I think some people think that like fear is something that people either have or don't have, and in my experience that's not really the case. The case seems to be that you have to go in spite of your fears, and the way to do that isn't by finding the scariest thing you can do on the first minute that you're out and psyching yourself in and out of doing that. What it is maybe a progression over weeks and months of doing things that you know you can do, and never backing out of a time that you've said, I'm gonna go for this, and pushing it little by little, time by time. So over the last few months, as you've seen, there's been Kong Prees that I've been doing from rails over underpasses that were more within my capabilities, still scary at the time. I think it all started with the Kong Pre I did in Yeovil, so small compared to what I did here, and that was only like a month ago. And I was just, the thing you have to do is, once you make the decision to go, you have to go, because you don't want to build up an excuse making momentum where every time you run at something you hit the wall. Because as we said in last episode, every time you stop and don't go through your wall, the wall gets higher for the next time. So you have to find something that's within your capabilities but just outside your comfort zone, hit that cross section and smash right through it. So once you've made the decision to go, there's no backing out. Once you're running towards that rail and you know it's not a prep, you know that you've decided to go, don't lie to yourself, don't bullshit yourself, then that's when you know it's time to cross over and go. And don't be scared of it, don't fear it. So I think I am cooling down a bit from talking too much, so I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to walk you through why this is so scary in the very first place. Thanks. So pleased with that. Had a car distraction. I was literally just waiting to go, standing there ready. Nothing was going to get into my mind, but there's a group full of lads in a car just going, go on, go on. And yeah, that was distracting, but it was just like a wall. It was just like bang, bang against like the calm of my mind. Right, so this is why it's been so scary, is if you look at the rail from here, you can't really see, classic GoPro being too wide, but the first thing that you notice is you come up to the rail and it's actually quite high. It's sort of like a shoulder height rail, well, maybe a little bit less, maybe like pec height, but certainly not something that I'm too used to. I'm used to a bit more like abs height, and that immediately throws me off because I don't know how far that means I can get with the Kong. Sometimes that can send you straight up, and sometimes it can not, depending on how high it is or how you deal with it. Luckily it ended up pretty okay. I didn't even really notice, but it was something that got to me at the start, because I thought I was just going to shoot upwards and come down in the middle without getting anywhere near the wall, which is obviously ridiculous. And so the second thing is, it's actually been raining all day and the grass is not entirely dry, so I'm feeling a little slip on the run-ups, but it's like a safe amount, so I didn't want to let that put me off today, because I was really geared up for it. So the other thing was, I'm actually running through this quite thin little runway here, where usually you get your arm swing with a Kong and you can like swing back and fly through, and I think I'd usually be doing that about here, because you do your gallop step and then this is here, and then so you have to kind of tuck your arms in a little bit, which is a bit of a problem. So when you tuck your arms in, the Kong's a bit different, the move's a bit different. Yeah, so just kind of squeezing through this tiny little gap here was a bit of a bitch. But again, like, the thing is, once you've done it, those things are so bullshit. I can't even talk about them like they're real right now, because once you've done it, you realize how much of a distraction and a bullshit they were to your head, and like just the thoughts that were, I don't know, completely unreal in the actual situation, but felt very real before you do it. So I guess it's important to learn to differentiate between those things, and that comes with practice and time, and not giving them the credence, not giving them the weight that they're trying to get in your mind, not giving them that kind of solidity and making them real, just understanding that you're lying to yourself basically, because your emotions just want you to stay in place and not get any better and keep you safe basically, but it's so diluted, it's like not a real form of safety. So obviously the other thing is, like, once I was getting the Kong Cat, it was interesting because I didn't want to go for Kong Pre. I did 3. I thought I'd do Kong Cat and then go straight for Pre, but I did 3. It's quite a thick base, so you have to put quite a bit more in to get to the Pre, because you've got like a good brick sized thing that you don't want to land on. And yeah, it's interesting because, like I just said, I'm trying to explain to you what the fears were, but they are all out of my head now because I've done it, and I'm super chill with it now, which is such an amazing place to be in. And I would recommend that you try and get this with every jump you do, because what I used to do was do Kong Pre's, for example, and like really gas myself up and go for it. And I'm not saying that a good gas isn't sometimes a good way to deal with something, but if you don't calm yourself down after and then do it, it's not really on lock. You've only done it through adrenaline. So if you can wait, chill out, calm down, go again, that's when you know you've got this thing down to a T. And that's when you actually make progress in your training. It's not by, because it's almost like, rather like if your bar is like this, and you're pushing it but then springing back, rather than pushing it, calming down and going again, and that's where you kind of stay in your ability, rather than bang, whoa, I'm scared, bang, whoa, I'm scared. You don't increase your skill level that way, in my personal opinion and view and whatever experience. Yeah, can't remember what I was talking about. I'm gonna get a first person view now, so this is the last hurdle for me, because I hate doing stuff with GoPro in my mouth, but I really want to give you this first person view so you kind of know what it's like coming up to it. Oh my god, chill central. Oh, every time I do it, just in that, it gets me so happy. I can't believe I've done that, and I've checked off all the boxes, done it chill, done it after a relax, done it after talking to you guys for like 12 minutes, and basically cooling down, done it with a GoPro in my mouth, done it first person. Absolutely check, and I can't wait to see what this opens up for me now. I'm super excited. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one. By the way, guys, if you're new here, this wasn't exactly a typical episode, but what we do here is try and break down exactly how we're getting over mental barriers as we train and journey around in parkour. And yeah, we really go to great length to try and make it beautiful and like look really nice. Like I said, this one's not a great example because I was just out, I had my GoPro and I wanted to go, but usually it's like really cinematic, and we try and make sure that everything that we're going through is completely communicated, so that you can hopefully take the the same ideas and apply it to your training or your life or whatever's going on with you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if that sounds like something you want to do, something you want to watch, then please subscribe. It really helps. Any comments really help. We love doing this for you guys and for ourselves and all the rest of it. Love you so much. All right, take care.